Welcome to the Supreme Pool Series. It's the second event, the Strachan Cup, and joining me in the studio is Nick. Hi Nick.
Good morning, Lee. How are you?
I'm alright. We're all systems go. The other outside arena tables are going. We've just got one match to put on, so I'm happy now.
Yeah, excited about the event, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been as normal. A lot of hard work this week. A lot of the work has been done already, but we're there now and we're underway.
Excellent. We've got some amazing games. The draw brought up some fantastic lineups. I mean, the first game on the main arena table is one we'll touch on to start with. Marc Farnsworth against Jack Whelan, two old adversaries. They're going to know each other well.
Exactly, yes. Two guys. One's a world champion. One is the number one ranked player on the IPA. So you couldn't get much of a better matchup. And the viewers voted for this one. So this is what we've got in the main arena.
Yeah. And other games, just to quickly touch on in the session, some of the key ones, they're all on the go already. You can look at the scores on Q Score. So Liam Dunster, the finalist in the last in event one, playing against Max Nosko.
Yeah, it's the second stream match, another tough match. I mean, you'd have to say that Liam Dunster, after winning his recent event, would be favoured. But Max is good in his long matches and his money match mode, so you think he'd give him a tough game. Yeah,
also, I just saw the game underway. Tom Cousins is currently 1-0 up against Paul Riley. Now, they talk about lightning not striking twice. Paul Riley played Tom Cousins in round one of the last event, and he's drawn him again in this one. He lost 11-1 in the last one.
Yeah, I'd like to see the odds of that happening. It'd be very high. I mean, it's unlucky for Paul to draw Tom. I saw him last night, and he said, "Oh, I'm fine, I'm happy with that." I think that's just a little bit bravado, but.
Well, I spoke to Paul in the first event, and he said that he just hadn't prepared for it properly. I think he'd been away and just not focused on Paul, but he's put a lot more focus in. And I saw him at the table; he was looking quite confident. So
yeah, I agree. He said he'd done the same, and he's ready for the match. So we'll see how that one prevails.
And the other one, two young guns, Jordan Shepherd against Ben Rowland.
Yeah, again. Should be a quick match, a tough match. You'd have to say Jordan would be favourite, but Ben's a good player.
Yeah, and all of those you can bet on any of those with Jed Ronan. Jed's our bookie this week. You can get hold of him through Facebook. The other games coming up on the main arena today. The hot favourite for the tournament. He's 3-1 before the off in a field of 128 players, the best in the world. Mick Hill.
Well, it says a lot for what people think of Mick, and we all know Mick's one of the greatest players, and some think he is the greatest player. But there's Appleton, Potts, Hill, Malin. There's a few, and there's a new guys on the block now. I mean, they'll be the old guys soon. Then you'll have your Dunsters and so on coming through, will take over the sport. So.
And of course, Mick's playing. He's going to have no easy feat against Mike King. I mean, Mike just recently got to the quarterfinals of the Worlds. Am I right in thinking?
That's right. Yeah, and he's a good player. He's an England player.
Yeah.
But I mean, Mick Hill is the only player that's gone for over £10,000 in the Calcutta. I mean, that shows some belief to wage that amount of money on somebody in a field of this calibre.
And the 3 o'clock kickoff is the winner of event one, Scott Gillespie, versus the man you mentioned a second ago, Chris Melling. What a lineup that is. That's
magician. I mean, that'll be, like you say, the arena match. I'm sure there'll be quite a few people in watching that. And I'll be interested to see how that pairs up, because before we knew a lot about Scott, I mean, I'm sure they know a hell of a lot about him in Scotland, but I'm from a different rule set. You'd have to say Malin would have been a paper favourite for that. But now with the recent results, he came to a final and winning an event, you probably have to put Scott as favourite.
And I think, well, they're both 5-6 with the bookie, so he's sat on the fence, as you can imagine. And the last game, the 5 o'clock kickoff, the 5:30 kickoff, is Mark Boyle against Ben Tanner. I mean, Mark's literally flown through the night back from Turkey. I've just seen him. He's gone to his hotel room to get some sleep, so hopefully he'll be refreshed.
Yeah, he sent his cue over, so I know he's definitely not had his cue on holiday. But
didn't have the best event one.
No, he didn't. He struggles a little bit of remembering to nominate. He doesn't play this rule set, so I think he'll be glad when these are out the way and he's onto his normal rules. But I suppose for Ben, it's a big chance to beat Mark Boyle, because he's not been practicing.
Yeah.
And for Mark, he needs this match to get himself back in the stroke.
So an absolute feast of pool coming up.
Yeah, okay, I think we've said enough about the pool that's going to happen. Let's get on with the match, which is Marc Farnsworth and Jack Whelan. We'll be back in the studio later. Enjoy the viewing over the next 3 days. Thanks very much. Off you go, guys. Referee. 45 seconds more.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Event 2, the Strachan Cup. This is, as we say, Event 2. We're in Players' Lounge, and we're getting underway with an incredible lineup of Jack Whelan and Marc Farnsworth. As we said a moment ago, two old adversaries. They'll know each other's game very, very well. I'm joined in the commentary box by Ben Mackey. How are you, Ben?
Yeah, very well. Very well excited to see how this one goes. Not the start Mark would have liked.
No, monster break, but he's gone and off with a cue ball. And so, as we mentioned, the two players, both IPA pros. Jack, of course, was world champion, I think, back in 2015. Yeah. So Jack, the Wonder Whelan, 28 years of age, plays out of the Corn Exchange. He plays with a Jason Owen Q with a 8.25 mil elk tip. His greatest achievement was winning IPA World Championships in 2015, and he's won nearly all of the big amateur events in Blackpool. And of course, we saw him get to the semi-final recently of the IPA Champions Cup as well.
Yeah, he was unfortunate.
Very much on form at the moment. There's a guy who seemed to slip away a little bit just after 2015, but
yeah, there wasn't really much seen of him, was there, afterwards in the latter stages of comps?
Yeah, I get the impression he was focused quite a lot on
Chinese 8-ball.
Yeah, on Chinese and also on his work. And now he's come back with a reel of vengeance.
And with a bang with that shot.
What a great shot that is. Such confidence early on. So his opponent, the recognisable Marc Farnsworth, nicknamed Ginge, he's 39 years of age. Unusually he uses a very whippy rack cue, which he's had for about 25 years. I think he found it in a rack once, and he liked it, and he's used it ever since. In fact, we were having a conversation at the last event, I think it was with Darren Appleton, and he was saying that it's a very, very unusual cue, and he has to keep using it because you could never replicate it. It's really, really springy. So anyway, Jack taking full advantage of that early mistake from Marc, and he goes into the lead at 1-0.
Too close to call this one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Both at such a standard.
So don't forget, guys, you can keep up with all the scores around the room via qscore.com. If you search for the Strachan Cup or the Players Series,
Jack renowned for his big break, so we'll see what he produces here.
yeah, I once did a stint on commentary with Jack, and we were talking about his break, and he said, he doesn't understand when people have problems with their breaks, when they go through these times when they just go dry time and time again. He said he's more surprised when he doesn't make a ball off the break.
No, exactly.
Must be nice, eh?
He just goes straight on, doesn't he? Straight through.
Yeah. So as we go through this match, I will keep you up to date with the other games going on around the arena. There are currently 4 games being live streamed. There we go. We see that
monster
absolute
break.
Beast of a break. It's like a sledgehammer. You can hear the sound reverberating around the room. There's only a few players can break like that, with that kind of power and that timing. Straight to mind comes people like Craig Marsh and Ben Davis, and obviously Tom Cousins. But Jack's right up there and amongst them.
It's a pretty tricky little break though, from here, I think, with that yellow over the middle being so close to the red.
Yeah.
Black ball, not a problem. He's definitely got to be going yellows here, hasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, as you say, if it was black ball rules, he'd be already halfway through reds.
Yeah, they'd have gone.
But in world rules.
I meant to ask Jed what the odds were for a safety shot or a bag covering being played in this frame, in this match.
So I can tell you that Sam Butcher and Stefan Rosidi currently locked up at 2 frames each. Jordan Shepherd is 3-1 up against Ben Rowland. Liam Dunster 2-0 up against Max Nosko. Ryan Pisani's beating Eddie Barker 1-0. And just the odd frames now. All these games just getting underway recently. Andrew Mackie 1-0 up against Sam Mills. Oli Bay 1-1 against Kevin George. Oli's a big favourite in that game as well with the bookie. Gaz Royds, Adam Penwell 1 each. And of course Adam Penwell, a very, very late entrant. He won the bonus ball yesterday. So
Yeah, he's come up to watch his stable in action that he's bought in the Calcutta.
Yeah, and he ends up playing. Adam Davis against Phil Naylor, 1 frame each. An early possible shock on the cards. Daz Lightfoot is currently 2-0 up against Greg Batten. Greg is a heavy favourite to beat Daz Lightfoot.
1-5.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Jeremy Hooper is 1-1 against Arf and Dad. Jeremy was second favourite with the bookie, was 7-4. But
Just looking at this, can he play this yellow in off the red over the middle? I think, yeah.
I think
Clear
he
the
can.
bag.
Yeah.
Just got to come down low enough to get on the other yellow again.
Oh, he's missed it.
Tell you what though, if that
He's
keeps
missed it.
running, is he on it?
Can he?
No, I don't think so.
Is there a double?
Well, you can
Is
play
there?
it off the red to pot it, but I don't. Oh, I don't. So if that red was a little bit higher, cock that into middle,
Yeah.
clear the pocket.
What about the? I'm thinking the. Am I mistaken in thinking that the yellow doubles into the middle? The other yellow? Can you?
Oh,
Is there
back
just
double.
enough room? Yeah, back double. Looks like there's enough room to get past the red.
But, it's quite tight.
It is tight, yeah.
And then you got the white as well.
So just finishing off those scores. John McAllister 3-0 up against Liam Pedley. Richard Combe 2-1 against Mandeep Chinga. Harjeet Singh 2-1 against John Chapman. And Tom Cousins currently 3-0 against Paul Riley. Paul managed to get 1 frame on the board.
I tell you
Oh,
what.
dear.
I tell you what. Oh my God! If he's not on that, that is absolute daylight robbery.
Yeah.
By a knuckle.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, a little bit swerve off the red. Play it in off the lower red.
Yeah, I think he has to.
I said these rules. At least if you get the bag covered, at least you're
Yeah.
sort of safe.
That's extremely unlucky.
Yeah.
What a great shot that was.
You called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of swerve. I think you go off the red.
The trouble is
Was he going cushion?
the swerve needs to take so late, doesn't it? It's with the red being where it is. If the red was a bit closer,
You've got to start it a lot wider.
Yeah.
Now he's going cush first. He's got a chance here.
And I fear that may be frame over, because Marc Farnsworth is clinical with these kind of finishes.
Yeah. You'd be more surprised if he missed than if he didn't.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're drop-ins, but it's the first time he's got himself on the table. With other players, you might fancy your chances, but Marc is so clinical.
Not with this one. Yeah, you wouldn't fancy your chances coming back to the table here if you jack.
That's okay. It's a little kiss that you wouldn't have wanted, but it's fine. You should try to scoot past it, but again, he can just screw out past the yellow. Controls the cue ball so well. Oli Bell, who was a 1-5 favourite against Kevin George, is currently 3-1 down.
Oof.
So he's going to have to put his foot down.
I'm not sure what cue he's using this weekend. Is it that 11 mil?
Oh my goodness, it's something like a 13 mil
Chinese.
Chinese.
Chinese 8-ball cue.
Yeah.
No wonder he's struggling if that's the case.
I don't know if he's got that this weekend. He definitely, I
Should
know.
have gone back to the 8 mil. Or
I know he's
used to have.
recently got rid of his Chinese table. I think he's got rid of his Chinese table. So I would think he's gone back to his old. So there we go, as we expected. Clinical from Marc Farnsworth.
Cousins at it again against Paul Riley, 3-0 up. Scarred from the last event still.
Yeah. When I came into commentary, I had a quick glance across and I saw that Tom was 1-0 up, but Paul was at the table on a finish. So he's obviously not settled yet. You can also watch Liam Dunster against Max Nosko. That one is currently underway. You can see that Paul Riley and Tom Cousins game, and you can also see Ben Rowland versus Jordan Shepherd. All 4 of those games currently in action, all being streamed. You can watch them all via the Beard Productions page on YouTube.
So Mark back to break again. He won't want to be replicating the last break.
So were you excited about the event coming back up? And
yeah, so obviously I bought the space after the first event, so I wanted out. So yeah, just thought I'd give it a go, and I don't think I got too bad a draw. None of the big boys per se, but I've heard the guy I'm playing is pretty handy.
Who've you
So Jason Morris.
Okay, yeah.
Black ball player apparently,
Yeah,
but as am I. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. You know, just up here for a good weekend of pool, really.
Yeah.
Oof, the white was going again, wasn't it?
Much better break there from Mark. Lost a cue ball a bit, but
again though, he's always got this one ball that's landed
just
awkward,
that one
hasn't
awkward,
they?
yeah. So this table is on the clock. It's a 45-second clock. You heard Mark ask for his extension. Just trying to work out that little conundrum at the top right-hand side of the table. And nominating and taking reds. He wants that to stop. Yeah, that's no good. It's just over around that one by a good 9 or 10 inches. Definitely had the right idea, trying to get those couple of tricky balls out of the way to start with, but now he's got a problem. I don't think the red in the centre behind the bolt line may drop into middle. Tough shot. Yeah, got it all the way. And now, another great chance for Mark. That is
A mistake.
yeah, that's not where he planned to be. He's trying to hit the gap between the yellow and the red, and that's a bit of no man's land there.
A few people have been saying they've been struggling with the tables and the pace of them actually.
Yeah, brand new cloth, just been ironed. It's going to be slick, and now he's just really left with a pretty tricky plan.
Or the cut into the bottom left.
Yeah.
Fancy him probably to go for that, to be honest, but it looks like he's going plant.
Yeah, I think probably just slightly more control of the cue ball when you take the plant.
Dead centre.
Yeah.
Again though.
Again, yeah.
A little bit awkward.
Yeah, he's got the wrong angle here.
Like I say, with the people that struggling with the cushions and the pace of the table, coming off the top cushion here to get back down.
Yeah, and he's going to have to play this with a good amount of side.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking, maybe go down for the bottom rail. If you overrun, at least you're on there.
Yeah, and you can see the side he put on the ball
class.
there. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Class.
You could see the application aside, and you then could see the white ball just banana slightly, and that side take off the top cushion, and he's back in prime position. As I say, just clinical.
That's quality.
Okay, he's run out of position a couple of times, just getting used to the pace of the table, but hasn't let the mistake affect him one bit. And the simple black to take the lead at 2 frames to 1. There we are. Not much Jack can do about that. That's a breaking dish. All he can do is worry about his own break, which we're going to see again.
Kevin George 4-1 up on Only Bell so far.
Wow.
Batten back to 3-1 down against Daz Lightfoot.
Odie's just not got out of bed yet, has he? Tom Cousins 4-0 up against Paul Riley.
That's my bet done then. Adam Penwell 2-1. The stable's going. The Kapow stable.
Yeah. Greg Batten is still 2 frames behind, but he is on the board now. He's 3-1 down. Adam Davis has got a tough draw there. I mean, Adam Davis is such a quality World Rules player, but Phil Naylor is no mug at all. I think Adam was a fairly hot favourite to win that with the bookie, but yeah, he's currently 2-all. Andrew Mackey means business. He's 3-0 up against Sam Mills.
Bertram Racidi pegging again, 3-all.
Yeah, and Jordan Shepherd is now 3-all with Ben Rowland. He was 3-1 up. And I've been talking to Jordan recently, and he is back pretty much at the top of his game. He said he was fizzing in practice the other day. Look at that break. I mean, what a weapon that is.
Just ask him if he can hit him a bit harder next time.
And either set, really.
Well, I
mean,
tell you what, but look at the, but you go yellows, you've got a tricky ball, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to get the first ball. Quite often happens at World Rules, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you would you want to go yellows, but you've not got an opener, so he's going to be forced to go reds. Yeah, that's a kiss he definitely didn't want. Now he's in a bit of no man's land.
With yellows in prime position for Mark to pounce when if he doesn't pot. Is that ready? Just kiss go bottom right. That's what I think he's looking at. I think it does.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only shot he's got. Just looking at this another camera angle, I think it does pass. You can get through the angle to cut this in the middle. Oh, that's is no good.
Not quite sure what he played there.
No, well, you can see by Jack's face,
He doesn't know what he played either.
yeah, that definitely didn't go to plan. Just a little look across and a frown.
Bemused look on
Yeah,
his
very
face.
much so. Yeah, just looked
Bit of
across,
adrenaline there.
looked across at the commentary box and really didn't know what happened there.
We've not laid into him too much for it.
No. Quizzical, I think that expression can be described as. So again, wrong angle here for Mark.
Yeah, he's got options, hasn't he?
Yeah, he can go long if he needs to.
But he's got quite a fine gap to find if he plays the one into middle first. He almost wants to be playing at the lotus side to come in behind that red on the right hand, near the right hand cushion. But no, he's just dropped it.
Yeah.
He trusts his potting ability, doesn't he?
Yeah. And has to do nothing with the white either. Now, obviously needs to be careful of the red over to the right hand cushion, but of course, world rules 2 shots. But
oh, I forgot he potted the yellow.
see, yeah, he potted the
Tell you
yellow.
what, though, he hasn't played a great
But
shot.
that's
there,
not
has he?
a very good setup.
You tell he's not used to laying up with 2, is he?
He can cut this.
He's just doubling
he's
it.
doubled it.
Oh my. Oof.
I really felt he could cut that, but obviously not.
He's probably a bit annoyed with the shot that he's played beforehand.
Yeah.
See, a person like Mark with the potting ability he's got, I just fancy him just going for the pot first shot rather than trying to lay up.
And this is a big let off for Jack.
He won't be looking bemused if he gets away with winning.
Again, that one needed queuing. He's just slipped by. He's okay. He's okay. He's
You
got a
don't
long.
expect him to miss
No,
this
he's-
long.
I'm not sure if he tried to move that off the rail. He really didn't need to.
No. Like I said, it's just a drop in now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stun this in, then drop in the middle, then just run it down the rail.
Yeah, I'm not convinced he actually wanted to move that. He certainly didn't need to because he's just got perfect
That's
position
great
off this this red in the middle
Yeah,
just to
exactly,
drop on
just
it.
drop-
and
drop
the
in,
thing is, he
drop in.
doesn't need to do anything with the white ball. So
Yeah, the black sat where it is.
yeah. Well, that's just made it slightly more awkward.
But then again,
Both
you're looking
just-
at where you are. If you just, even if he covers the pocket and leaves it straight
Yeah.
on the yellow, you can't do anything with it.
But again, just
Yeah, just a little
control-
no-need shot. yeah.
control of the cue ball is not just quite there at the moment. Very reactive cloth,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, exactly. I don't think they're used to playing on it. Obviously, being on the
Yeah.
IPA.
So there we go. That's a big let off for Jack. Had he gone 3-1 down, it would have already been a pretty big hill to climb. But he's back on level terms, and it's 2 frames apiece. All I can say is it's hot in here this weekend. It's going to be blistering. I think Sunday they give it like about 31 degrees. So Oli Bell has woken up. He's
He's turned
hit
up.
stride and he's won a couple frames, and he's now trailing 4 frames to 3 after being 4-1 down.
Paul Riley is still definitely asleep.
Paul Riley is definitely still under the duvet, 6-0 down against Tom Cousins. And Paul Riley really not doing himself justice there.
No,
Paul
he's
is
a good
Paul is
player.
just a great player, really, really is. But
Nos-
maybe you know
Nosco on the board.
when you've got beaten 11-1,
Yeah,
maybe
the
it just
round
gets
will-
in your head a little bit,
yeah.
doesn't it? That value we saw on Jeremy Hooper is well, he's 3-1 down at the moment.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of controversy in that first frame. Jeremy had a ball that looked like it could be frozen. It's come off the cushion, hit it, and obviously the white's not hit another cushion. Then obviously cleared up and won the frame. And our fan, I think, was mentioned about, well, was the ball frozen? But obviously I thought it was your sort of opponent's prerogative to actually check it rather
Yeah,
than just
absolutely.
call it after.
And Oli's won the next frame, and he's now 4 apiece, and he's definitely
The bullet is in
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah, I mean, if he hits his stride, then
He's lethal.
yeah, he really is, and he's so fast as well. Jordan Shepherd's just won a frame against Ben Rowland. He's 4-3 up. But that other surprise result, this is a real shock on the books at the moment, folks. Greg Batten got pretty deep in event 1, and he's 4-1 down against Daz Lightfoot. And that for sure will break quite a few people's accumulators if Daz Lightfoot goes on to win that one.
I've learned from last time. I had a £200 treble. Who let me down? Phil Harrison.
Oh my goodness.
Batten let me down last year for one for £1,000. 10-fold accumulator. Just him. Against Jamie Graham.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a couple of stinkers at the last event. Big accumulators, hefty bets, and then I had Josh Kane let me down in one, Phil Harrison in the next. Not two players you would think would be losing.
No.
It looks like Mark's got the cue on a bit of string.
That's it.
The ball on a bit of string.
That's a great shot, finding that gap. I mean, I guess he could play with it with a bit of freedom, knowing that he'd still
on the top.
He'd still be on the top one, but still a great shot.
Ronan stood here watching anxiously. I'm sure he's had a punt.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ronan is literally watching over Jack Whelan's shoulder at the moment. He's got his phone in his hand. Wouldn't be surprised if he was linked up to a
Jed
to a bookie as we speak.
Jed in the other room.
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably got him on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Probably trying to lay off as we speak. There he is in the background.
Yeah, looking on anxiously.
Rowan McCarthy. And you can see right in the background there, that's Liam Dunster.
Versus
you can
Max.
see playing Max.
Yeah, he's got a prime spot, look. He's probably done the double, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, which games can I watch all at the same time? That's the ones I'm going to bet on.
Yeah, Liam's at the table over there as well, by the look of it.
Yeah.
From what I saw of him, he was just on fire over there earlier.
Well, having won the Premier League...
what was it?
The
Free
Champion
Sports Cup, yeah.
Yeah, the Champions Cup. His confidence will be at an all-time high. He's just winning everything at the moment, isn't he? The guy's on fire. What an incredible talent for a young man.
Yeah, he's only young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 23, I think.
I was speaking to Ryan Fleming. He said that's all he does, play.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. You know, that is his job. So, like you say, if you weren't going deep, you'd be asking questions, wouldn't you?
And look at the people he's got to.
That's so unlucky.
It's not. Yeah.
He's gonna have to get some whip into this.
He's gonna have to pull something out of the bag here.
Well, he's got this one at the bottom, and we know Farnsworth's got cue power.
Yeah.
He'd get back up here.
Yeah, you look at the practice partners that Liam's got up there in people like Mark Boyle and
Gillespie.
Scott Gillespie and Scott Ross. And
even the Flemings, you know, I mean, they're all class, aren't they? There he goes, there's the cue power, and I think is he a bit straight?
Doesn't want to be straight. He's got no shot if
That
he's
black
straight.
pass in bottom right.
He can force an angle, but it is very straight.
Oh, yeah, he's got to get. Well, look, he's got to get down as in to play it in the bottom right. Sorry, the middle right.
He's going to have to get something on this. This is.
I think maybe a bit of screw back off where off this cushion where
You can
he's
see him
queuing off
playing
now.
it with
Bottom right.
screw and reverse.
No, he's just stunned it down.
Yeah.
He's played it absolute inch, hasn't he? By the look of it, he had all the table to play with down there. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I don't know. From the angle,
He's looking. He's looking.
it's tight. It's very tight.
Well, I think it goes. Looking at the expression on his face, he's. Oh, I don't know.
No, he's asking the
Oh,
ref
it's just
to move
asked the
because
ref to
she's
move across.
She stood in the way of the line.
He must think it goes.
Yeah.
Oh wow! It definitely went. And I saw Jack absolutely launch himself out of his seat, and you saw a little twitch of his head, just as if to say, "Wow, didn't expect that one."
You got to punish him. Haven't you?
That's not the best it starts.
It's just now he goes up the top,
Yeah,
clears the
he's-
top, comes down.
Yeah. So maybe Mark just had to pinch a tiny bit in that pocket, but the pace he played at.
Well, no, because the thing is, he's hit far jaw, so he's gone. He's hit the other side of it,
Of
hasn't
course,
he?
yeah.
So he could have potted that by a country mile. Maybe he thought it was tighter and he's put a bit of side on.
He sat with a rueful look on his face.
Putting his head in his towel.
I have to cheer on Marc Farnsworth this week because I pulled him in the in the sweepstake.
Oh, it's not a bad little draw.
It's not a bad one, is it?
No. I would like to, well, I was about to say I would be leaning towards the World Rules players, but then obviously you had Dunster and Gillespie in the last final, so. Yeah. You got so many players here with so much ability. It's such a tough game, you know, tough tournament's cool. But you've got to be looking at Mick, as I can't see Mick losing twice this weekend.
No.
But then again, if his one loss of the weekend comes in the quarterfinals, it's.
But when you've got players of this quality, you know.
There's nothing, you can't call anything.
No. Do you know, I mean, it wouldn't even surprise me if Mike King did a job on him in the first round.
Well, exactly. What's Mike, you know, sort of talking around 9-2.
He's 9-2.
England
I
international.
mean, who would be rocked by that result? Mike is a fantastic player.
Quarters of the worlds this
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, you absolutely expect Hill to win, and he's a 1-5 favourite. So,
But
1-7
yeah,
favourite.
but 9-2 on King. That's big odds. For a guy that's of his calibre.
And I know one thing for sure: Mike King will have no fear whatsoever.
No,
just none. He will go into that. It's one of those games you can go into when nobody's expecting you to win it. So you've got absolutely no pressure.
All
nothing
the pressure's
to lose.
on Hill.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be the greatest shock in the world to see that result.
The bullet is flying. 5-4 up, Oli Bale.
Yeah, that's 4 on the bounce for Oli.
John McAllister 6-0. Paul Riley's finally woken up. He's 6-1 down.
Yeah, that's a long road back against
Tom Cousins.
Against Tom. Jordan Shepherd looks like he's fizzing around the table. 5-3 up.
Racidi, everyone was saying, was the bet of the round. 6-3 up.
Yeah. I fancy Stefan. I've got a little treble. Stefan and Rich Conn, who's currently 4-1 up. Fancied him against Mandy, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the other one I've got in there was just the value, really, in Jeremy.
Hooper.
And the fact that Jeremy told him he's got a great result against Alphen and beat him 3-0 in the Worlds in sets.
He's talked it into it.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great break again from Jack.
I think Greg Batten's let me down in another accumulator. So
I said he did me for 1,000 last year. I want best pleased. But then Jamie Graham at 2-1 against him's value.
Yeah.
And I heard through the grapevine after that Jamie had beaten him a couple of times recently in the Money League down there. So, but I wasn't privy to that information beforehand.
The thing is, those players, Jamie Graham, Jez Graham, Darren McVicker, they play each other week in, week out, and any one of them can beat each other on the day. You know, I mean, it's just really about who turns up. Mike King's in that league as well. I mean, such a hotly contested Money League down there. It's the strength and depth is incredible when you got also players like Hayden Pinney and Dave Williams. I mean, goodness me.
England international.
You know, that Plaza, Bosun, and even Paul Bolston, you know.
The glove.
Yeah, won the Southwest Tour recently. So
left him a bit awkward there, isn't it?
yeah, just betwixt and between. We need a fan in here. I'm going to have to go out and buy a fan, I think.
Yeah.
I cannot describe to you how warm it is, and it's quite a cool day outside as well. It's about 18 degrees outside. I can't imagine what it's going to be like here on Sunday, when I think the temperature outside gets up to about 31. And this is the cooler part in the arena room. Later today, when there's lots of bodies around the bar, it's going to be insanely hot. Jack seems so much more comfortable at the table now. Fabulous, free-flowing, attacking player.
Frame 7, marked range, trailing by 2 frames to 4. Time.
Another good break from Mark there.
Red Bull's dominated.
Beautiful shot there from Mark, just developing that one tricky red on the right hand cushion. I think everything else goes. I think that red,
Nearly tough as the black, isn't it? I think
yeah,
it's-
the red nearest the bulk line passes the yellow into top corner. So yeah, the black's probably his toughest ball now. It's just really about getting accurate position.
Could even develop the black now.
Yeah, I would have thought so. But choosing not to.
But maybe you can go here and just, you know, leave it straightish. screw back up, knock it out, guaranteed to be on the red over the middle.
Yeah, that's probably a much better idea, actually. You can leave the perfect angle here. I think that's okay. Probably just slightly straighter than he wanted to be.
Yeah, just looked like he died a little bit off the cushion.
But he's got just enough angle. You can see him put some side on the ball. No,
yeah, it's too straight. Drop it in, back double. Use the yellow as a little buffer there, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be a fairly simple double, to be honest. What's at the stop? It's not black ball rules.
No.
Didn't look in the slightest bit concerned. I think this is just a straight double.
Yeah.
Just off straight. Perfect.
Shot.
So, pulls back a frame, and now he's within one. And Jack Whelan needs 4 frames to 3. Tom Cousins now 8-1 up against Paul Riley.
That's twice now. He can't be 11-1 again, can it?
Oh, that's incredible. Harjeet Singh 4-all against John Chapman. Richard Connors 4-2 up against Mandeep Jinger.
Noski back to 4-2 down against Dunster.
Get that one. John McAllister against Liam Pedley. I think Liam Pedley's the only person in the arena that's not on the board. He's 7-0 down. Declan Brennan, who's got a big money match coming up.
Seb Webb.
Very, very soon against Seb Webb. Is 4-all against Darryl Whitworth. Jeremy Hooper's pulled a frame back against Arfan. Greg Batten's pulled a frame back against Az Lightfoot. They're both at 4-2. Adam Davis has won 2 against Phil Naylor, and there's 3 frames each.
Roland Shepherd 5-all.
Yeah, Ben Rowland making a comeback. Got the wind in his sails by the look of it.
You'd still expect Batten to be winning from 4-2 down, wouldn't you? First to 11.
Max Nosko's won another one, but he's still 2 frames behind. 4-2 against Liam Dunster. That is one of our other streamed games. 4 games being streamed, all through YouTube. Search for the Beer Productions page.
Frame 8, Jack's break, leading by 4 frames to 3. Time running.
Didn't time that particularly well.
They still split all right, aren't they? One difficult yellow again, really.
If you haven't done so already, then please do go to Facebook and give the Players Pool Events page a like. All of the links to the games will also be on there. You'll have access to Jed Ronan, who's the bookmaker for the event, and his contact details. And you'll be able to get all of the updates throughout the weekend. So that's Players Pool Events page on Facebook.
Could be getting the difficult one out right here. Yeah, he wants a triangle out now.
Well, it surprises me in some ways. I mean, the pace he's going to play this is not going to deviate.
See, I've not actually used one of these yet.
Have you not?
No.
I've used them extensively. I think they're great.
Yeah, I'm just a bit dubious about trying to pull the thing out myself. I know I'm going to be moving balls.
But you've got refs around the room. You call a ref over. But
Well,
to be honest, if you watch people who are used to playing them, people like Chris Melling, if you watch Chris Melling in the first event, he just left it on the table. As long as you're playing a punch shot.
Yeah, not rolling it over.
If you don't want to roll the ball over it, but how often are you going to roll a ball in that area of the table? I mean, quite often it's a punch shot, and if you play a punch shot, it's never going to deviate. And Chris left it on frame after frame after frame because he's used to it from the American game. It's really, and you can see, I mean, we've played, this is the 8th frame, and this is the first time that
It's had to be removed.
yeah, the first
without the balls.
Yeah, and that was because it wasn't particularly well timed break. And the ref doing a great job. Just takes a few seconds for the inconvenience versus the break you get. For those of you who don't know, you're oh wow, that's some miss by
Fluked
Jack.
it.
He has fluked it. He's still got a couple of tricky ones. He's got that tricky ball in the right hand
See,
cushion.
I thought he'd have run that round,
Yeah.
come at it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
not stunned. Screwed, should I say?
Yeah, so those for those of you who are just joining us, didn't join us for event 1, the piece of plastic that you see in action is called the shark rack. It's a sheet that's designed to sit under the balls. All of the balls locate themselves, and they're guaranteed to all be touching. And you see from the spread of the balls, the one thing that Phil Harrison said at the first event was that you get a spread right across the table. You get a lot more balls at the top of the table. And one thing that was very noticeable, which is probably wrong to say during this frame, is you rarely get balls on the side rail, albeit there's a few here, but the balls just don't seem to go too tight to the side rails.
Well, obviously, it just depends how hard you hit them, doesn't it? Like I said,
Yeah,
I'd probably
course,
at a disadvantage in my first game because I've not broke with one yet. So try and get the gauge of the pace.
Like anything, I think it's very much about timing.
One good back double here on this yellow, and could be game over. Big treble.
He's gone for the treble, and that's some way off.
I'll tell you, I was about to say he's not really left much, but he has. He's left that red.
Yeah, he's left
the
the
middle.
cut. He's left the red in the middle, and I think the one just above the yellow cuts as well.
The bookie walking around rather anxiously. Looks like it's. Look, yeah, to be honest with you, apart from McAllister, Cousins, the game, and obviously Stefan Rosidi, I think the games are pretty close.
Yeah, yeah, right the way through.
Which is a stinker for me because I've got Paul Riley and a Trixie, but Penwell 4-3 up.
I mean that'll be a great win. I mean, he's playing Gaz Royds, who's a tough opponent, but I mean, Adam didn't even know at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. He didn't even know he'd be playing in this event. So to come straight in and be winning your first game.
Oh, again, huh?
Yeah, that's a poor miss.
You wouldn't expect Mark to be missing them.
No.
Let Jack back in the door here. It to get back down there. Again, I think he's underneath it again. That's 2 attempts now.
Yeah,
Third time lucky.
He's 12 inches short of where he needed to be. And this just gets more and more difficult. He's going to have to cue this really well.
And now,
that looks...
I just think it might be a little bit over.
Yeah, but that's
the thing
okay.
is, I'll tell you what, off the red it's next to stun.
Yeah.
So then play the black in top left or into middle. Just always a bit dubious about playing these shots at world rules. direct pot here. Try and nick it on the way up.
Oh, no. No.
It's just a bit loose, isn't it? Like I said, I thought he could have played it off the red to hold for the blacks.
Yeah.
Slightly more difficult pot, but if you get it, you're in prime position.
A few more mistakes from these two players than you would have ever imagined.
You'd normally see. You don't usually see the mistakes from these two.
So if this was black ball, we'd be looking to move the red on the side rail, but we're playing world rules. Obviously 2 shots carry, so we'll be looking to carry them through and use the 2 if he needs to on the ball at the rail. Probably just slightly more angle than is ideal here, but he can use side. You can see him queuing up right hand side, bottom cushion.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you what.
that's not a good shot.
But then again,
Just want to
two
slide
carry,
past it.
two
Yeah.
carry in these rules.
But yeah, but he's still got this.
You've got to be going up the rail now.
Yeah, it has to go up the rail. But the pressure's on this ball now. He has to pot it.
But
Carry
then
his 2
again, even
shots.
if you miss, look at where the black is. It's not going anywhere. You can try and drop a snooker on him.
This is true.
Then
Played
again,
that with such confidence.
did you even think Marc Farnsworth was going to miss that?
No. No. I mean, for mere mortals, that's a really tough
Yeah.
shot, but
At that pace as well.
At
He
that
just
pace.
strokes it.
yeah, never in doubt.
But then again, we didn't see him lay up a ball earlier with the 2 shots, and it wasn't the best shot we've ever seen from Marc.
Yeah, quite an alien concept, didn't it, to a black
He's
ball
not
player?
used to it.
He's going to have to do it again here, though. This should be a far easier layup, really.
Just straight off the bottom cushion, playing it into the bottom left after.
Oh, do you know what? I mean, he's fine, but he's underhit
They
that.
don't like that. That's
again.
what I mean. They're not used to playing these sort of shots. So that doesn't matter, does it?
No. Well controlled by Marc Farnsworth, and again,
It's a let off, isn't it? The
it
other
really
way.
is, yeah. It's been a couple now, and 4 frames each, nothing between them. I mean, this really could be a big result either way.
Kevin George, 7-5 up on Ole's. Stop the bullet again. Stop the rot.
Greg-
John McAllister 9-0 against Liam Pedley.
I reckon Greg Batten must be trying to grind. I think he's probably trying to slow down.
Fudging.
Yeah, maybe. Just trying to take the wind out of Dad Lightfoot's sails, because
Ooh, another little surprise. Ben Rowland 6-5 up on Shepherd now. Dunster 6-2 v Nosco.
the guy's a machine.
Give him an inch.
Yeah.
Takes 10 mile.
Referee doing a great job. Under scrutiny, Marc Farnsworth back on level terms. Back with the serve, as it were. You can see him using that break cue with the carbon fibre tip. It's, you wouldn't want to break with his normal cue. And there we see again that shark rack straight off the table. All balls have cleared of it, and another lovely spread. Nothing really on the side rails. Even spread across the table, and you fancy Marc Farnsworth here to re-establish the lead. it's very much now just about hitting his position. What's this? I see an early pint.
Yeah, you got to have a couple before you play the first game. Just relax, yeah.
Just
Otherwise, you're a nervous mess.
Loosen up the shoulder a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to stop after that though, because usually, obviously, it's quite a long break, isn't it? After your first match.
It is, yeah.
The last 2 times I've been here, I've won my first 2 matches on the Friday, and then been quite severely hungover on the Saturday, and it's just not quite happened. So, yeah, just sort of learn from your mistakes, don't you? Ooh.
Something else, Adna. I mean, these are just mistakes that you don't expect from
quite a
some
big
of the
area.
Marc's
This is what
quality.
I'm thinking. I think they're struggling with the cushions. They're reacting differently than you know. Like I said, than the blue cloth they'd usually play on. They're quite grippy, aren't they?
Yeah,
The blue cloth.
yeah.
So I think a little bit of slide is just making them misjudge. But you'd think, sort of 8 frames in, they would have a grip of what's going on.
Yeah.
Gives us mere mortals a chance this weekend, I think, looking at this. So I'm quite used to it. I was practicing on here last night, and this is quite a similar pace to what I got in Bournemouth to practice on, so it's quite nice. Usually you come to these events and they got the big, oh, that's a great shot.
2 cushion escape and look brilliant.
Andy, yeah, he's got a double kiss and he's perfect. Jack looks steaming in the background.
Yeah, he put his hand up to apologise there. I mean, not for the pot, he went for that, but to get that
double kiss,
to get that position as well. Look at this. 2 cushion escape. And
yeah. So if he pots that clean, he's actually left on maybe the one down to the bottom left down the long rail.
Very
but other than that, yeah.
He's had a touch there. Needs to cue this well though. And again, you see that cue power, the timing. Didn't.
The thing is, though, I think he's left a little bit awkward here again with how
left it straight,
straight it
hasn't
is.
he?
Yeah, I think he had such a big area anywhere but straight. He's
And
probably
you saw
saying to
from
himself.
you saw from his body language, his shoulders sagged. He knew straight away that he's left this a bit tough. So he's looking now. I mean, really, his choices are just to stun it in and leave himself the cut, or try and top it through. But
You've got to be stunning back to leave yourself off the cush.
yeah.
Man of Marc's calibre, you'd have expected him to be potless.
Yeah, and just again, just stroke it in. Just needs cueing, doesn't it?
Tom Cousins on the hill, V. Riley. 10-3.
Well, at least Paul's won a...
And Liam Pedley. Liam Pedley's on the board.
Hey,
9-1.
no one's got the duck. No. I mean, that's just surprising.
Jack blowing his cheeks out.
I know. He just knows that
These ain't shots you're usually getting against Marc.
you do not get these chances against Marc. I called him clinical early on, and he's the most clinical player I know with those kind of finishes. And you just don't expect him to miss an open play.
Must be saving it for the grand final and the bonus jackpot.
Well, I'd hope he was saving it for this one. Yeah, that sweepstake's worth winning as well, isn't it? It's £1,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
Prize.
Me and Jason Owen tried to jump in on it, and it is having a barbecue. And by the time we had all whipped round to get involved as a little syndicate, we found out that it sold out.
Yeah.
But like you say, for 20 quid,
Yeah.
to win a grand. I bet the guy who's pulled McHill is loving life.
Yeah.
He's already spending the grand. Then again, Tom Cousins looks on fine form, 10-3 up. How's Kevin George, 8-5 up on Oli Bale. He had a little bit of resurgence, and then he's just...
So Oli won 4 on the bounce, and now Kevin George won 4 on the bounce. So they're taking it in turns. Ben Rowland 7-6 up against Jordan Shepherd.
Yeah.
Greg Batten now pulled another one back. He's 4 frames to 3.
You've got to be fancying Greg from there, haven't you? Obviously grinding it out,
Yeah.
playing with his B game.
So my little treble I had is
Ricidi 9-4. Yeah.
Jeremy Hooper's letting me down on that one at the moment.
6-2. Yeah, he's obviously rubbed our fan up the wrong way with that frozen ball, and then he's hit different gear.
Yeah. So you can see the referees a lot more used to setting these balls up in this event. They're pretty seamless. Just takes a few seconds.
I've seen Mark have a couple of words with her about being stood in the way on his shots. You know, just in eye line.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark's just stepped away for a bathroom break.
Jack Whelan 5-4, 6-4 before the match. I'd probably call it more of a 5-6 match myself.
Yeah, Mark was 1-2 and Jack was 6-4, but yeah, they're
value with Whelan.
Yeah, in a race to 11, that was some good value.
Again, he's caught hold of them.
Just a monster. Absolute monster.
Asking for some coaching lessons on how to break afterwards. I think.
Either set. I mean, I think
Yellows.
Probably I would prefer yellows, yeah. It's just a slightly more natural pattern.
Yeah, leave this one at the rail till last, top it through and play the black into the middle.
Yeah.
Looks like he's finally got the touch at the table here. He's played that well.
The problem for him now will be going from this table into one of the arena tables, because this one does play differently. It's under a lot more light, plays a little bit faster than some of the arena ones. I mean, it's the same cloth, same tables, but it does.
Slightly more heat or something.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's a big lighting rig above it.
How did Gareth get on in China the other day? I saw he beat who was it? Was it Fang or no? I was watching a bit of it.
Yubo? Was it
Yeah.
Yubo? Did he beat him?
I think so. Yeah, it was in the last 64, but it was double a limb, I think.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I watched one or two of the early games that they streamed, but then kind of lost touch with it. Left at a lovely angle just to
run it off.
Yeah.
Play it in middle.
Just wants to finish somewhere around about where the brown spot would be, maybe just slightly higher.
It's a great shot.
Yeah.
Just above green, but
just above green, yeah. Perfect, good stuff from Jack, and he re-establishes a 2-frame lead at 6 frames to 4.
The 6-4 shot is 6-4 up.
Yeah. So a quick virtual look around the room at the scores. Not too much has happened since our last look. Oli Bell is now 4 behind. Kevin George has won 5 on the bounce. He's 9-5. Adam Penwell, 6 frames to 4 up against Gazroids. Phil Naylor and Adam Davis locked together. They've been close all the way through at 4-all. Greg Batten still 4-3 behind. Jeremy Hooper needs to get moving if he's going to make any kind of imprint on Arf and Dad. He's still 6-2 down.
Has Batten gone into shutdown mode and fudge mode? I haven't
Well,
seen their frames
wonder.
tick up over 15
Yeah, exactly.
minutes.
It's gone really, really slow,
Yeah.
and neither of those players are.
Slow players.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, there you go. Lightfoot 5-3. Should have won the last frame.
So yeah, retakes that 2-frame lead. Sheppy and Rowland must be in a bit of a battle there. They're 7 frames to 6. Just looking across.
March to April, trailing by 4 frames to 6.
Yeah, Ben Rowland's at the table on a finish, very makeable finish. And you expect him to take a 2-frame lead there.
Monster.
Yeah, and I think this that kind of break there. I mean, Mark is known to be, well, his break is probably the weakest part of his game, but it shows the difference his sharp racks make, and he can pull out monster breaks like this. And Ben Rowland looks for the world now that he's going to go 2 frames ahead.
Critical time as well, 8-6 to go out.
Yeah.
A little tricky black though, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Jordan must have missed the black because all his balls were off the table. It's another black left on.
Oh no. Oh, is he?
He sat it up.
I thought he did from there.
My goodness me, what a let off. That's incredible. I know you guys were just looking across at the Jordan Shepherd game. If you want to tune into that one, it is on one of the other stream tables.
Ben
Incredible.
Rowland just missed the black to go 8-6. Table 4. Ben Rowland v Jordan Shepherd. Oh, Mark's been unlucky there. Look, he's gone aggressive, taking the yellow out, and the red sat there over the bag. See,
Well,
personally, there I would have gone reds in this rule set.
Yeah, yeah.
Play the one down a rail, cover this bottom left bag. Like I said, there hasn't been a pocket covered yet, has
No,
there?
no. Absolutely not.
Jed, give me 100 to 1 for a pocket to be covered. Haven't seen one yet.
I think he's got away with one there. Or has he?
The thing is, I think if he plays this in the bottom left, stuns this or screws it slightly into the right middle, leaves himself the angle to drop up onto the red over the top right, play it into the top left. But it's a hell of a shot to do that. So accurate, especially the way they've been struggling with the table.
The Tom Cousins game has disappeared off our screen, so that means it's finished.
over.
Yeah, 11-3. Oli Bell's pulled back another frame. He trails by 3 now. Max Nosko is making a comeback. He's currently 6-4 down. I think he was 6-2 down against Liam Dunster. Jordan Shepherd and Ben Rowland, we know, are tied together at 7-all after Ben hung the final black. Had a great chance there to take a 2-frame lead against Jordan at a crucial time.
Pressure.
Yeah, will you regret that? Arfin's won another frame against Jeremy Hooper, who's 7-2 up.
Doing your bets. what I said on it. Drop the angle, play it in the top left, but they're struggling with the table. They're struggling with the table.
Oh dear.
So, tell you what, if I play as well as I've been talking today, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think, I'll tell you what, treble.
Might have to be, you know.
Yeah.
Does it? No, it doesn't double pass up like he's
No.
looking. He's looking now.
But the thing is, getting the power into it where it's so close and
Does it
keeping. I
pots
tell you
direct?
what.
Pots direct. If this goes direct, is that a result?
Oh, double
no
kisser
good.
and the white. Oh.
You see Jack in frustration,
I
pounding
can
the
see-
floor with
I
his
can see
cue.
Paul Riley in here watching the arena.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
the players started to line up.
For the next session.
Yeah.
Might have to love you and leave you.
Yeah, if you get the call.
Yeah. Won't be for half hour yet, will it?
I see Matt Attersoy lined up watching. He's bought himself a place just for this event.
Yeah, he got bought on the Calcutta
Yeah.
by Pen Mill Productions. Yeah, a few quid. I think he said he was 200-300. Southwest Tour winner recently, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he played well.
Loves these rules. Missed it. Ooh. It looks like he missed it from here and there. Oh, that's 6-5 then.
Dan Davey watching on with interest.
Ronan sipping his cup of tea, just watching his money come in. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Luck of the Irish.
Yeah. Always try and follow Ronan into the bookie to find out who he's on.
Yeah, man of many tricks, isn't he? Oof.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's got security, hasn't he, down there on the right. But
Yeah, he's fine, but
if he didn't have that there, he was in a whole world of trouble. See Paul Riley over there shaking his head. He's disappointed, isn't he? Can't really moan too much. Played a former world champion.
yeah, absolutely.
He's probably just cursing at his draw again.
That's a big bounce.
What should we do? Stun him round off 2
Yeah,
to
I
try and get low side of the yellow?
Yeah,
or
I think he's got to play off 2.
get as near to the pocket as you can. He's played that well, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. Again, needs to time this well.
Yeah.
Perfect. Look at that. Beautiful shot. Just screwing between yellow and black. Pulls back a frame. He now trails by 1. 6 frames to 5.
This is going hill.
Talking of the hill, Kevin George is on the hill against Oli Bell. I have to say, I think this is. I might be wrong. I don't think Oli's won a. I don't think he's won a game yet.
What, here?
No, in this.
Well, it depends what queue he's bought. If he's bought that 12 mil queue or
Yeah.
13 mil queue, I can't, I don't understand.
He played Phil Harrison in round 1 of the last, and I'm not sure he played on the loser's side. I might be doing him a disservice, so I'll have to go back and look at.
But I just
maybe
don't
won a
think that
match.
queue
but-
helps him. I've seen him play
No, I
for
don't.
money with it, and it just doesn't suit him, does it? When he used to have the 8 mil.
Yeah.
But
Jeremy.
Liam Pedley's on the resurgence. He's 10-3 now.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. He's getting a few frames back on the board. Arfan Jeremy's nicked one back. 7-3.
Jeremy's given me a tiny bit of hope.
Max Noski. He's got back to 6-5 against Dunster. Let's dance.
That would, well, on paper it'd be a shock. We all know what Max Nosko can do. Max is a fabulous
That's
player.
the only reason I've bet him. He's
Yeah.
9-4.
Yeah.
The guy can win 11 frames against
Yeah.
anyone.
Yeah. 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 He's
Just
proved
depends
it
what
time and time
mood.
again.
Just depends what mood he's in.
Yeah.
And obviously he clearly seems to be in the mood right now from being that far behind, coming back.
Greg Batten's in a bit of trouble now. He's 6-3 down against Daz Lightfoot.
He's gone dry, isn't he? Yep. God, you don't see that. See,
First
Jack,
dry break, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's 12th break and the first dry break between either one of them.
Shout out to Jason Owen, BHK.
Jordan Shepherd just looking across at the score. He's gone behind again. Ben Bowen's now 8-7.
He could be ruined that. Actually, what was that? Could be 9-6.
Yeah.
If he had won that last frame, missed that black.
Massive. Ben's getting a bit of stick off his mates for certain commentary.
Trying to, yeah. Joe Padgett, you trying to speak sensible is the funniest thing. Who needs enemies when you got friends like that?
Yeah.
Jack's probably feeling the same way about his break. Let him down for the first time today.
So Mark's obviously a bit of a problem here with the black ball. So he has to work out a way to move that. He's got a couple of balls he can attack it with. Wow.
What?
He's played a safety.
Jed, pay me out on 100 to 1.
Yeah.
It's been a safety. I'm very surprised at that, because look at the yellows.
I know.
But then again, you've got to look at it, the fact he's obviously 6-5 down. Just had a text from Jason and give out a shout out to the real number, the real Spectrum #1, Troy Lines. He was up here at the last event in the commentary box, I believe.
Oh, right.
Causing havoc. Oh, it's so dirty from Whelan, but it's so good.
Yeah, this is
This
is going to go on a while.
Are we going to see a fudge fest?
I can't see it. I really can't. No.
Farnsworth's just going to cut it short now and
The
just
moment,
get it out.
the second he gets to get that out, he's
To be honest with you, he could have a go here and get off that bottom one and screw it up. But the only thing is I don't like is that plant onto the red over the right middle.
Yeah, I don't like going for it now because the black doesn't come out. Oh, he's covered
100 to 1, covered a bag.
He's covered a bag.
Good job.
Should have had a tenner.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did.
Jed. Tell you what, I might have to sit in commentary all weekend if it's free drinks in here. Yeah, so it's getting very tactical now, isn't it?
And, well, I mean, both these players are IPA black ball players. I'm sure they'll both be acutely aware of the rules, but...
What, like Mark Boyle last event?
Well, yeah. I mean, Mark openly admitted, I think, I quizzed Mark at the first Tom Cousins money match about the event and how he was looking forward to it, and he said that he played about 8 frames of world rules in his entire career, so I don't think he was expecting too much.
I'm getting grief now because I've said the Spectrum #1. I'm getting grief off the other Spectrum players. God, I have to turn my phone off in a minute. Yeah, look, I'll tell you what. Liam Dunster will be proud of this.
Proper fudge fest.
Dunster 7-5 up against Max. I think if Max gets ahead, he's got a good chance, but it's just getting ahead, isn't it? We're sitting 9-6, so Birch is coming back at him. That's Lightfoot, 7-3.
10 seconds.
Yeah, Greg Batten's definitely in the game there.
Wow, not yet. If he gets close, he might be. There's the black ball player in Jack Whelan coming out there, giving it a crash round to try and develop his big target, wasn't it?
Yeah.
On the right cushion. He had no luck there. What's going on in the Whelan game? Is that it there?
Sheppy's at the table.
But he's in trouble.
He
Yellows.
is, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a fudge.
The thing is, that's the way you got to play him, surely.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah. And Ben is Wilbdall's player as well, isn't he?
No.
Is he?
Blackpool.
Oh, no, of course he's Blackpool, isn't he? Yeah,
IPA pro
yeah,
Blackpool,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
if anyone's got to try and cover pockets, that's what you'd be doing it against Shep.
Yeah.
And he
Frustrating.
He ain't got the option of a skill shot in there.
He messaged me the other day because he was playing, he was practicing with
Jack again with a miss
Yeah,
that
bit
you
of a
wouldn't
miss.
expect. Look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
yellows coming out as well.
he was practicing with Yannick
Oh.
Bofis. So it was a
I
bit of
bet he's tortured him, isn't he?
a bit of a grindathon, and I think Yannick was beating him, and Sheppy just wrote, "I tried a safety shot, never again."
I'm sure Yannick would be able to teach him a safety shot or two. I thought he was a great buy because Adam Penwell's actually bought him in this, and I think he got him for about £350.
That's right, yeah.
He used
yeah.
to, was he a world champion,
It's-
world championship semi-finalist,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
he?
yeah.
At these rules, so
Yeah. And he's
and
been,
he
he's
the torturer.
literally been over it for the last 2 weeks, practicing with Sheppy, practicing with Darren Appleton, practicing with Mick Hill.
I couldn't think of anyone worse to practice with than him.
Wow, yeah.
But obviously, like you
Yeah.
said, that's the game, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They got to prepare themselves for it.
Yeah.
The big boys are in it seriously, aren't they? So
And the good thing, I mean, we actually I put a syndicate together to put Yannick in the event, and one of the reasons for that is because he's just adept at all of the rule sets. Even the final, even the grand final. He's played loads of Chinese. He's played loads in America. He'll know
what he's doing.
Yeah, he'll know the rule set. So, and you know he puts in the effort.
So what's if you got a percentage?
Yeah.
How much?
I think there's 6 of us in the syndicate, so
What, you're 50-50 with him, or have you got a slight
50,
4%?
well, 50-50 after the buy-in's paid back.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty
What, is that
standard.
included just buy-in? So he's got to get over himself and everything like that? Or?
Oh no, bit of expenses. Bit
Fair
of expenses.
play. Yeah, that's no. As soon as I saw him put in the drawer, and I thought,
I think
what?
we raised about 1,800, so he had about 400 quid for his. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he pays for his own flight, and we cover his hotel. But
No, that's fair enough. I thought it was a good. When I saw him in it, I thought, you know what, he's going to torture some people
Yeah.
when he's over it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, he's not the quickest bloke to play against. I know personally, if I played him, my queue would probably end up in about 3 pieces.
yeah.
But I was unsure about this actually in the matches, because obviously Max mentioned it this morning when he's playing Dunster. Is it possible to ask for a shot clock to be in your match? Obviously,
Yes.
I know they do in the arena,
Yeah.
but you can actually ask for a shot clock to be brought in.
Yeah, Greg did it against Dunster
You'd
in the
have-
last event.
Yeah, you'd have to do it against
Yeah.
Yannick, wouldn't you? That's
Yeah.
step one.
I think Liam was torturing Greg in the last one, and it was late at night, and Greg just called for a shot clock. Actually, I mean, you say that about Yannick. The slowest part of his entire game is his break, because he stands there and feathers the ball about 35 times. It's just part of his routine.
Wow.
But he's not that slow when he's actually in and around the table. The slower players. You know, someone like probably Giuseppe D'Imperio was probably.
Yeah, I saw him the other day actually. Because obviously I bought my spot in here, and I was very, very tempted after he got to the quarterfinals of the Worlds to ring him or to text him and say, look, do you want to go in?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's World, but I'm quite looking forward to the Blackpool side of things.
Yeah.
More than the World, but as you can see here, there's not really much fudging going on.
So you bought 4 events, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe O'Malley, Yeah, which not being funny. I think he wanted 800 quid,
Yeah.
and I looked at it all, and it's worth 12. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
to be honest with you, I bought it as an investment to try and sell it on.
Yeah.
But no takers.
yeah,
Everyone
but,
wants single events. You know,
Yeah.
a grand for the events is quite a lot of money, and obviously all the people that had the money to get in just
Yeah.
bought straight in. So.
And to be
Yeah.
honest, I mean, it'd be nice to be part of the grand final as well. Wouldn't
Exactly.
it? So,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. All this Calcutta, all it's doing is going to take off. And that red's blocked his path to get that black out. He's
that's
going
hard
to be
lines.
fuming. But
played a nice shot there as well.
yeah.
Sheppy back on level terms, 8 frames each.
Stefan Rosidi on the hill, 10-6. Harji 9-7 up on Chapman.
Oli Bell again making a comeback. He was 10-6 down. He's now 10-8.
Yeah, to be honest, players like myself, you just got to be looking to aim for the highest non-elite, haven't you?
Yeah.
With that prize money in there. And
Jeremy Hooper is just about to exit.
Adam Davis only 6-5 up. What's
Yeah.
it feel like you said earlier about Phil Naylor?
Oh
He's a
yeah,
good
he's a
player.
tough player. Yeah.
Penwell 7-all after being 7-5 up. So for Jack, surely he's just got to be rolling this red up the rail and sticking it on the top of that black, as in not directly below it. Just to cement his position.
Greg Batten has won a frame. He's 7-4.
Yeah, so he's not giving him easy access to get that yellow out. It's clever from Jack.
I thought I had Batten in all of my accumulators, but I've got him in 2 of the 3. So
Well, to be honest with you, it's not over yet, is it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, 7-4. It's first 11. But clearly, Greg is struggling.
yeah. We've got another one with Yannick, Richard Conn, who's
winning?
currently winning, Jordan Shepherd, who's 8 each, Chris Melling, and Adam Davis, who's currently winning. So, yeah,
Got a chance.
they're all still live.
Yeah, exactly. What's
Even the Jeremy Hooper
7-5?
one's still live, but he just needs to win 8 on the bounce against Arf and Dad.
No mean feat there.
Put it like this: if he gets it, he'll deserve it. That's a really loose shot there from Jack. She's got the double kiss. But this is just going to be so difficult for Mark to play any kind of attacking shot and get that black ball out. Don't know if he can play this with left-hand side and just play the yellow very thin and try and attack. The trouble is, even if he he's going to play a deliberate foul. Well, it's a calculated risk, giving Jack Whelan 2 shots with a sighter at the first ball, but knowing that he's pushing one of the reds down over the yellow. Release the black at the same time to give himself better options, and also left Jack hampered. Does he see a plant? He does indeed. And he's played a nice shot there. He could just get everything out here. He's got a lovely angle to double this red into bottom left and collide into that black and red. Open up everything here. If he gets this could be game over. Or frame over, should I say.
Second message.
It's not ideal. Would have wanted to flick that red out. Still got that problem now. It does double. But he's still at the table. That's all that matters at the moment. Key frame this one. Real key frame taking a 2-frame lead now. Ben Rowland has won the next frame against Jordan Shepherd. And he leads 9 frames to 8. And needing just 2 more to create a bit of a shock in the first round. I won't say it's a massive shock, but Jordan was a 1-5 favourite with the bookie. Jordan is at the table as we speak. And he levels things up at 9 frames all, so that one really interesting. Jack trying to leave himself angle for the double here. I don't think he's done it. Don't know if he can punch it to try and straighten it, but I don't think he can. Maybe I would have. No, deciding against it. So all his eggs are going to be in one basket here.
On the big back double.
Yeah. He's going to have to play the back double and get the black out at the same time and leave himself.
Yeah, he needs to leave himself perfect, doesn't he?
Yeah, it really does. So he's just looking now at what angle he wants. It's, wow, this is...
Again, the way they've been struggling with the table, I'm not sure it's going to
be... low percentages, isn't it?
You'd rather be leaving yourself high than low, wouldn't you? And
oh, that's
I tell
no good.
you what,
That's no good.
Nowhere near.
No good. Need to be below the centre line. Anywhere just below the centre line would have been fine. And you can see now.
He was scared of running too low, wasn't he, and leaving himself no shot, but he's just left it too high and left no shot.
Almost better to go too low though, because
drop snooker, maybe.
Yeah. I don't see any attacking option here.
10 seconds, as in 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left, yeah.
I never knew they called that. I thought it was 30 seconds.
No, it's a 45-second clock.
I'll tell you what, he's been unlucky there. Not a bad effort.
Yeah.
See if you mark here. Are you playing this top one first, or a little stun just to nudge that red into the middle of the top cushion?
Yeah, yeah.
Just as a little black ball, you know, safety shot sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. If he had some kind of natural angle, then he would definitely be trying to move the black here, because wherever he leaves a white, he's guaranteed to be on the next yellow. But I don't see any. Well,
that's what I'm thinking. I'd just knock the red safe just to make sure, and then you got a free shot.
Is he going to try and screw up the rail? He did. I think he did.
But then again, he can play the shot we just said about there now. Just nudge the red on the rail. You got a free shot at the ball, at the black, which is a tough shot. But
I don't think he can. I don't think he can avoid contacting the red.
I think he can. Yeah, he can. He can screw back.
Oh, of course he can play.
Yeah, he can screw straight back. But like I said, I would,
just
see that. Where he's left it, I'd rather just knock the red safe, leave yourself harder black, but then
he's
if you miss, he's pretty much nigh on impossible pot in the red unless he flukes it.
Yeah, he obviously fancies this black. And to be honest,
with his cue action,
And you know what?
Tell you
He's
what, he's not there, is he?
There's two blacks now. There's two blacks that I would never expect to see. I mean, they were both
three.
very tough shots. Yeah, maybe three.
The one
actually.
into middle.
Yep.
That one down the same bag then, and that's the second time in that bag.
Not of the races.
No.
Possibly a bit, still a bit hungover from his.
He's played it perfect.
From his semi-final. From the World Cup semi-final the other day, because I think looking at some of the stuff he was writing on Facebook that evening, I think he'd had a few beers.
He owns his own club, doesn't he? So who's that? Sheppy?
He was calling out everyone at the time. Yeah, Sheppy's just gone 10-9. Yeah, he was calling out everyone. which you normally only see from Marc Farnsworth when he's had a couple beers. He was calling out
He
Hill.
likes a brew, doesn't he?
Yeah, he said, I'll put 100 grand in the bank now for Potts to play anyone in the world.
Yeah, I went out with him in Glasgow on an IPA tour. I was in the last 16 of the amateur the next day. That went severely wrong.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Turned up late.
Him and Ronan by any chance?
Yeah, yeah. Steve Coles as well.
I've heard they like the Grey Goose.
God, I don't know how they do it. They go and play the next day.
I know.
Not at 9 o'clock though, is it? The amateurs all day, so they got a bit of a lion. Rich Conn 7-6 up only. Mandeep's on the warpath. Sheppy 10-9.
So the Oli Bell match has disappeared off the screen, so he must have gone out. Okay. Jeremy Hooper's picked up one frame. He's avoiding what looks like it's the inevitable. He's 10-4 behind. Arjit Singh 10-8 up against John Chapman. Jordan Shepherd at 10-9 has broken off and made a ball. In fact, broken off and made 2 balls. Liam Dunster 8-5 up against Max Nosko. Gaz Royds and Adam Penwell. Adam had a couple of frames of advantage there. It's locked together at 7-all. Adam Davis has just squeaked the lead against Phil Naylor, 7-6. Wow, look at that. It's just not at the races, is he? I mean, that's another miss you would never expect to see from Marc Farnsworth. Jack Whelan just reveling in these opportunities he's getting. He could easily be several frames behind, but he's got a decent chance here to go several frames ahead. Jordan Shepherd in the middle of a clearance at 10-9 up. So a bit of a safety shot, but also trying to develop a couple of balls. A clever shot there from Jack. Really not left any attacking options for Marc. I mean, there are a couple of shots, but they're horrible. And wow. This is the one shot I wouldn't have expected him to take on. If he's going to cut this, wow, that is an incredible shot. To take on that pot knowing that he was going to open up the entire frame. Such confidence. Fantastic shot. Look at this, knowing he's going to collide in, open up the frame if he misses. He's been a little bit unfortunate with the 2 yellows coming to rest against each other on the right-hand side of the table. Jordan Shepherd has just played an absolute monster of a shot to give himself a chance, and he's put his penultimate ball and snookered himself on the black. And he's oh, he's fouled on the black. It's gone 10-all. It's gone 10-all, and it's Ben Rowland's break. Absolutely incredible scenes in that one. So Jordan Shepherd with an amazing opportunity to win that one 10-9. And now it's Ben Whelan who's broken and made a ball. And the table doesn't look too bad at all, to be honest. So him now in the driving seat against Jordan Shepherd. And again, if you want to watch the conclusion of that game, you can. It's all the links are on the Players Pool Events page, or you can go to YouTube and search Beard Productions. All the games are on the Beard Productions channel. Meanwhile, Jack Whelan doing what Jack does. Just again looking across at that and while the ref's setting up these balls, I'm just having another look across at the Ben Whelan Jordan Shepherd game, and Ben is on a dish from the break, and he's got a great chance here. Will Jordan be ruined the fact he snookered himself? I mean, it's not an easy chance, not an easy clearance for Ben, but one you'd expect him to make. As Jack crunches another break. Look at this. Wow. And Ben Whelan in perfect shape. With just three balls remaining on the table. 2 calls. A bit of an upset. Certainly an upset where the bookie's concerned. Jordan, a 1-5 favourite. And just 2 balls between Ben Whelan pushing Jordan Shepherd into the loser's side. And a long, long route back. Ben's penultimate yellow has left himself short of position, and he's done it. He's done a job, and he won 11 frames to 10 against Jordan Shepherd. So Jordan goes across into the loser's side. He will not be happy with that. I think that just about put paid to all of my accumulators. You heard a bit of a sigh there from Jack. He's just underhit that one. He's fully snookered on the ball that he was going for. He's got this much more difficult cut. Again, you expect him to make it. Absolutely fine. And it's fairly simple now, just needs to screw back 6 inches. And Jack Whelan for a 4-frame lead. 9 frames to 5 up against Marc Farnsworth. And another, what will be another upset with the bookie. Mark was a 1-2 favourite. Jack Whelan was 6-4. Not an upset in many people's eyes. Jack is a very much a form player. He's in form at the moment. Watched him play quite a bit recently, and he's been playing really well. A renewed vigour for the game.
Plane 15, Mark break, trailing by 5 frames to 9. Time running. Foul.
No excuses there from Mark. That one was straight off the front of the pack into the centre bag. And he's in trouble now. If he wasn't already, he's in big trouble now, because I can't see anything between Jack Whelan and this clearance to go on the hill at 10 frames to 5. All the yellows are on, everything goes. Difficult to see where a mistake's going to come from.
Yellow balls.
That's a good shot. He can work his way down the table now. He's straight on the one at the top corner, but that's absolutely fine. He can just screw straight back. Still has options available, but he'll be taking the one down the rail now. followed by yellow to middle. Can just drop it in, leave himself the yellow to bottom corner. You just want to drop this in, he doesn't want to move the black. Perfect. So these two balls to put Jack Whelan on the hill, slightly hamper queuing, but will not be a problem. At this level they make it just look easy. 10 frames to 5. Wow. Fantastic from Jack Whelan. And this is going to push my my horse in the sweepstake to the loser's side.
Frame 16, Jack to break, leading by 10 frames to 5. Time running.
So Jack Whelan with just 5 balls between him and victory in the first round, but got this problem with the right at the top corner. No angle to try and attack it now. The problem is now it's a little bit of all his eggs in one basket. Okay, so he's got a nice angle. Well, he's played that well. He's okay. He's got a shot to the one in the middle. And there is a fairly natural path to come down through the centre of the table and back up. Ideally, you want to be somewhere around about the bulk line, but you'll just be looking to get that gap. Oh, that's perfect. Just a tiny bit of luck. That glance he got could have gone wrong, but so he just needs to work out now the path of the white ball. After you could just miss that yellow. You could just run behind the face of it. So he's left this long straight black. You fancy him for this all day long. Oh my goodness me. Oh, and he's fluked it. Absolutely incredible. He's missed a straight black. He's got a bit of a quizzical look on his face. You can see Chris Melling in the background talking to Jason Shaw. So those boys have turned up. Wow, what an incredible match. Mistakes from both players. Jack Whelan comes away with the victory. He's 11 frames to 5. It's not over for Marc Farnsworth. He goes into the losing side. Some great matches coming up. The next one is Mick Hill versus Mike King. Mick Hill makes his debut in the Supreme Series. Join us. I would say probably about 20 minutes for that one. See you soon.
You didn't go far in the first round, did you?
I lost in the final round. Well, not the final round. I won 3.
You won 3 at the start.
Then lost 1. Then I won 1. Then lost 1. If I'd won that match, I'd have been 1 match off the final round.
Right, we're with the winner, Jack Whelan. A good win there over Mark. How do you felt you played?
At the start, we both didn't play really well. To be fair, it was a bit of a scrappy game. I felt like I could have got away from him early on because I could tell he was uncomfortable with the table. Plays really good, but it's really like slippy. If it's when you're playing like balls to run the white off the cushion, it goes a little bit wider than sometimes. And you know when you're not used to playing on tables like that quick.
Yeah.
Because the table that I play on at the club, it's really quick, but that's like literally like a brand spanking new cloth.
Yeah.
And it does play really different for the first day or so.
It certainly does, yeah, new cloth, and I've tried to do that for every event where you get new cloths, and it's what the image I want to give for this series, so when you turn up you think you're playing in a proper event.
Yeah.
But 11-5 against one of the tournament favourites, you must be happy.
Yeah, I was really pleased. Obviously, from 5-all I sort of like picked it up a little bit. He drive, I think he went in off the break and I cleared, and I broke and cleared the last 3 of my games, but obviously I fluked the black then in the...
Little skill shot to win it.
Yeah. First ball that I was bang on straight, and sometimes you'd rather just have a little bit of angle, but I shouldn't miss it, but
But you know, you're into the second round.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough field, and there's a lot of matches to get through. And if you do lose, it's a long way back. So it's important to get that first win under your belt.
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, like all the best players in the world are here, and yourself and Lee have done a great.
Lee,
Yeah, obviously, yeah, done a great job, and to get all the players in one big event, and it's crazy really for people that actually follow pool. This is like a dream for them to watch all day. They can watch.
Yeah, well, 3 days of great pool. And,
Yeah.
you know, the first round to get a tie up like you've got.
Yeah.
The next one we've got Mick Hill against Mike King.
Mike King, yeah.
Then we've also got Scott Gillespie against Chris Mellon.
Yeah,
It's just
it's all
dream.
good games all the time. Like each round of matches is probably 3 or 4 ties that could be a final. Every one of them, but.
That's what you want, though,
Yeah,
for the sport
yeah,
to
yeah.
progress, and it's one reason why we moved from what we did with the amateur side of it to get all the players together, and we used both sets of rules, and hopefully people like the Supreme rules, so
Yeah.
next year, if everybody's on board, they can just play one set of rules, and there's never going to say he's
Yeah,
a black ball
definitely,
player, he's
yeah.
a world rules player, just play
I think
pool.
that's what you're going to get with it though. Like a little bit, if say a black ball player wins the world rules comp, like Scott won it,
Yeah.
everyone will be like, oh, black ball are better, but.
But it just
in
goes
theory,
to
like-
show that he doesn't play the rules,
But,
and
yeah.
they weren't a factor
I
to
think
stop him winning.
I think if the equipment's right, like how it is, obviously the tables play good, and with the rack, every ball's touching, so it's better for people with bigger breaks.
Stops all the tippy tappy.
Yeah, so like I think there was one frame then we had a tactical frame. Apart from that, it was all either missing or clearing. So
But that's what people want to watch. They want to watch open pool, top players going for the finishes, and you know, hopefully we move the mark for pool to get somewhere where we need it to
Yeah.
be. Well, best of luck. We'll finish the interview off. We're through to the next session now. It's Mick Hill against Mike King. I'm sure it'll be a cracker, and that'll be coming up in the next 10 minutes. Thank you. Well done, mate. Good job.